And it looks like
No.
with that clock counting, well, no one knows. So it looks like we're live, and I hope some folks jump on and see this. And most of you know this is my little guy, our little guy. He's 12. What's your name?
Grayden.
You okay?
I was yawning.
Oh, I'm sorry. I got you during mid yawn. That's a bad dad move.
No, it's fine.
Okay. And down here, the green lights, which is good. That tells us we got good volume.
Oh.
You don't want to use the 1 button. You want to get up to the 3 or 4. See how Dad's getting louder? Yikes. Dad can get loud.
Oh, we got someone.
We got a viewer. That's awesome. Hello to
He
you.
left.
I understand that too. So, doesn't look like anyone's watching. That's okay, because we did not tell anybody we're going to go live. And so once that gets to 10 or 20 for viewers, there's a few of you. Hi.
Hello.
I'm Mike, and this is my little buddy, sweet boy.
I'm Grayden.
Yep. Always look at the light.
Yep.
There we go. And glad you guys are watching. We're gonna kind of chill for a second to see if more folks want to jump on. And I apologize for not mentioning that we're doing this tonight. That's okay. We don't have to use numbers. We can just watch it. Yeah, that's all right. It's natural. We have a very small channel, very humble and very basic channel. We like to tell you genuine stories from our heart. As most of you know, my lovely Julie, my sweet Julie, passed away March 26th due to stage 4 colon cancer, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and we just moved into our new house about 3 weeks ago. So the good news was Julie was able to experience and enjoy and help us move into this house, even though we told Julie to sit down and do not exert yourself.
Oh, yeah.
Right. But she still wanted to help because she's a worker girl and she wanted things done right. And so that meant she helped out a lot. And so anyway, she loves this place. We're on the east side of Orlando, about an hour and 20 minutes, an hour and 10. And we're right by the ocean, which is Julie's favorite. I am more of a mountain person, but the ocean is gorgeous. It's absolutely beautiful. Boys like it, but they've been there, done that, so they're not super excited to go to the beach anymore, right? Yeah. So you like it.
Yeah,
you love the water, and when Mom wanted to go with you, if you went, you guys would be date night all over the place with these two.
Yeah,
that was her thing.
Yeah.
So there's Grayden here. His older brothers respectfully don't want to participate, and that's perfectly fine, of course. And they might in time, as this channel grows and people click on to see what's going on. I think they will join us. We'll see. So we got some big news. Grayden's going to help me.
Oh, yeah.
Well, not saying anything yet, but he's going to remind me because I'm getting old. And we're going to go over a little bit of a nice lovey-dovey chat about Mom and what we loved about Julie and how it's going to be hard to not be around that. That's going to take a lot of getting used to, which I don't want to get used to at all. But we have to live our lives and we have to function at a decent level where we're not going through the range of emotions where we could just cry at any time. And our other boys are very well-rounded, Grant and Gabe. They know they've got journals. They know they have Dad's shoulder, of course, if they are sad. But we got a secret we're going to let you in on, right?
Yeah.
The biggest, most absolutely ridiculous crybabies you've never met in person, us two. We are embarrassing, but we know that to cry is healing. It's the guy thing to do. When you grow up, you kind of think it's not. So I get how that feels being a kid. but mom would be very into us exploring that, letting it out, be productive, have a good week. But when you're upset, and you have to go through a process. And it's been hard. Excuse me. Our church family's amazing people to us. We're a very faith-based family, and we're not ashamed to admit that. And huge outpouring of support over the last, was it 12 days now? I believe since mom, something like that.
Yeah, so
Apologize, I didn't do the quick math, but there was also a picnic at a public pavilion, city park, and that was amazing tonight.
yeah, that was fun.
Yeah, being from Michigan, we're not used to having such nice, warm, extremely breezy, lovely evenings like this. So when I got there with the boys, and it's a bit of a walk up, it's these long sidewalks to the pavilion. I have to admit, I got extremely choked up and was wondering as I approached the picnic tables inside the pavilion, I honestly thought, how am I going to do this? How am I going to do this without making myself look like an absolute fool? How am I going to do this without my wife's hand at my side? And just now, I almost got choked up. And there's nothing wrong with it. It's just weird. It's just surreal. So, but I let them go play right away. I think you had a bouncy house.
Yeah.
Yep. He's yawning a lot. Holy smokes. Cover your mouth. You just cover your mouth. You're good.
Excuse me if I'm yawning.
That's okay. You're adorable. So just stop it. Me, not so much, but I love your smiles. It helps. But so we're just going through some basic stuff, and it's the grieving process. And I love mom's picture right here, her profile picture. We changed it to. We've got so many good pictures of her. She looks so sharp, so gorgeous, so pretty, just sharp. And I was also a stay-at-home dad when they're infants. So I took care of pretty much everything, and she went and worked when I couldn't find work or was just unemployed. And as I mentioned at the funeral on Friday night, I loved when our babies were cleaned and dressed for the day, and she'd put on her makeup and look extremely sharp. And I mean, amazingly gorgeous. I would tell her, go give the babies kisses, because she had the burgundy lipstick, the dark, whatever. And she'd plant a big one kiss on each of their foreheads, and they'd just wear that all day. They didn't care. They didn't know what was going on. And I just thought that was the cutest thing in the world. You have this really attractive kiss lipstick on these cute little chubby babies' heads. So that wasn't every single day, of course, but it was probably at least once a week, several times a month. And that's something I'll always cherish over the years. So what else do we have to go over? Thinking in my head, I did not do notes. This is all off the cuff and kind of spontaneous.
Well, I think we should just talk about mom, just talk about like her and how she was nice and
how she was nice. Yeah. Was she nice?
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, I mean, you said it like it was so, she's a nice fellow.
Okay.
She was more than that. She was a snuggler.
I know.
She loved to watch movies with you guys. Me, not so much. I would come watch, but mom, Friday nights, who wants to watch a movie? All the boys were like, me, get the popcorn. I didn't have as much patience as Julie did with the kinds of movies the kids wanted to watch. But if I could hear it and it was a show I liked, I'd jump in and I'd come out and watch some shows. We won't talk about titles. We don't want to get in trouble with different licensing. I have no idea how that works.
I don't think it matters. It just matters that we were spending time together.
Exactly. Yep. Unless we do a movie review.
We need to.
Not today.
Yeah, not today, but we need
one
to
day.
review what movies we can actually talk about.
Yeah. Well, I think we can talk. We just can't play music or whatever.
Yeah, I think. Yeah.
But space movies with X-wing fighters and TIE fighters. That's a nice way to kind of, in a roundabout way, mention one of Dad's favorite things. And Julie loved pretty much everything. Pop, whether it was secular pop music or worship music or movies. She was pretty easygoing. She liked the trendy stuff. I was a bit pickier. Holy smokes. Dude.
That's like the fifth.
Okay, so like let's cover that mouth. Do you see that yawn? That was huge.
Yeah.
Oh my word. What time is it? It's like 9:38. We're tired. It's been a long weekend.
Oh yeah. Grammy and Papa are visiting
for the funeral, and Mark and Christy and Aunt, Uncle Jamie and Aunt Becky and Marilyn. Is that all of them? I think so. They're renting 2 different Verbos. And what did you get to go over there and do? Twice.
Swim.
Nice.
They have a pool.
Yeah. And Julie was very picky about swimming. She was not into that. She'd touch it with her toes, and she'd get her suit on. She'd go with us, me and the kids, but she'd always, tell me, go get in the water with the boys. And I was a water baby growing up. I love water. Cannonballs. And this weekend I didn't because my old neuropathy and my old legs, I'm getting kind of, I have to really be in the mood for that. So what were you say?
Not gonna lie, I don't think I've ever seen my mom swim.
Oh, Alderwood, the apartments we used to live at? You don't remember that?
No, I don't think I.
Oh, because you're a little guy. That's fair.
Yeah.
To me, that seems like yesterday. Julie did get in the water, held the babies, helped them learn to paddle and swim like Grant and Gabe.
Well, I couldn't swim back then, so.
Right. Well, that makes sense because you're just a tot. You're just a little fellow. So the boys are close. They might not admit it sometimes, but they are currently 15, 14, and
12.
Nice. Like that. And Grant and Gabe used to be extremely close. Now they're a bit distant, but they're teenagers and they have different friends and into different things. And Grant and Gabe are What was that? Oh my goodness. Don't mind this guy, but so they're 11 months apart, 11 and a few days. So they're Irish twins for 2 or 3 weeks, 18 days, something like that every year. And my family, my mom and my dad, their grandparents, not their parents, but their grandparents they're from Toronto. That's where I was raised. I'm Canadian. I am a permanent U.S. alien, permanent. So that's nice. Lived in the States now probably half my life, if not more. Dude, no, listen, for reals, we got to just go like this. That's fine, but go like this. Okay? Or go get a drink. Or anyway, we apologize, folks. We're not professionals.
Yeah, I'm going to get a drink.
But that would be awesome. So, yeah, they're from Ireland. So, yeah, we got Irish twins, which is cute. But what else? What we're going to tell you about this week? So Friday was the funeral. We call it a celebration of life 2.0 because we went on one in October to Missouri.
We went to her hometown.
Not her hometown, but her college hometown, which she adopted, right? And that was in Moberly, Missouri. So we want to give a shout out to Moberly folks. It's a small town in north central Missouri, kind of.
We have someone in chat who went to college with her. They said it in chat.
Did they? Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't see that.
Wait, can we?
Oh, you're multitasking. So let me see if we can see who's commenting. So that feature is awesome. So anyway, don't read anything that's rude. But someone's from Australia? Oh my gosh. Hi.
Hello.
Hi. Wow.
Hope you're still
Love that you're here. That's amazing.
Yeah.
That's not wasted on us at all. Fun fact, we live in Melbourne, Florida. So, they got Melbourne.
Also,
we shouldn't be reading this drastically. We should be paying great attention to the camera while off on the side we peruse the chat.
I think it's kind of rare that out of 9 people, my mom's friend is in the chat.
That's lovely. This is what we wanted. This is huge. This to us is gold. This to me is currency. This is cathartic. It's so beautiful to be able to get out and share with the world, like-minded individuals, that we were a part of this beautiful, beautiful woman's life. And if you don't know by now, I'm a bit of a rah-rah kind of guy. I'm very passionate. I have very introverted moments, but I am by nature a very extroverted person. And Julie liked that. Julie was no means introverted, but she did want me to kick things off. I remember one story years ago in a nice small town in Michigan we lived in that we liked. She didn't love it, but she liked it. She got really upset and said, Michael, find some friends. I need fellowship. I need to go out with the girls and have a drink or Bible study, or I need a break. I work 40, 50 hours a week. And I said, okay, well, you can make friends too. And she knew that, of course, but I would be the one that usually would walk up to a perfect stranger and kind of introduce us. So that was her cute way of letting me know, hey, get on it. Make our family some friends so we can. And I usually did that quite a bit. So I thought I was doing pretty decent, but apparently she wanted me to snap into shape and get going. So that was a funny. So that was a good story. But someone mentioned, can you get Social Security for your boys? Thank you, Robin. Wonderful question. So Julie has a lovely friend. You know who you are if you ever see this. Hi. Who lives in the Miami, Florida region, not there, but in that area. And she had gone through something very tragic, very similar. It wasn't colon cancer, but she lost her partner or ex or what have you. And her kids got the survivor benefit. And the spouse gets it if they're not working, which I'm not, because I'm going through a stroke in December and in 2020. And I'm going through a detached retina. When was that? A month ago? So this side can't see anything. It's blurry. All I got is this one. So I can barely drive. I can drive. I am safe. That's the good news. But and then of course, dealing with stress and whatnot. But what do you want to share?
I'm not sure, but there's a guy that just said wave guys and it said blackjack.
Well, that's just an emoji. He's clapping. He's congratulating us, I think. Thank you. I appreciate that. Never read something that might not be appropriate. Okay?
Yeah, I know.
So we're learning this as you can obviously tell.
Oh, someone's from Michigan too.
What?
Yeah, Saginaw.
Oh, first of all, I know Carol L.
Oh,
we love you. She's from our old church. Hi, Carol. You're safe. You're not stranger danger. You're good people. But was that the one you were talking about?
Yep.
Yep. Okay. Yeah, Saginaw, Michigan. Saginaw nasty, but it's not nasty to us. There's some amazing people in Flint and Saginaw, and of course Bay City, where we used to live. We only left Bay City because at that time in 2021, our landlord was selling the house we were renting, which we loved, absolutely loved, and so we had to find a place quickly, within like 2 or 3 months. And so the inventory in Bay City or Bay County was atrocious. There's nowhere to go. There was no apartments to look into. And so we had to consider going back to our dream, which was Florida. We'd lived in Florida before for 3 years. So we were just doing the best we could at the time. And Julie said I did pretty good because Julie did not want to move back to Florida at all. Like zero. It's a lot of work. We both had jobs lined up. Mine did not work out. Hers did. She worked for an eye company called Trez Vision.
Wait, no, that's now.
That's now. That's what I'm talking about.
Oh.
And phenomenal people. She loved them. She went to a job that was hard. It was work. Wasn't ecstatic about going to work every day. Who is? But the people she worked for, she had a great affinity for. And same in Michigan when she worked at Bay Eye Care. So those are 2 shout outs that I'm so glad to get on video because these are unique people and unique doctors who truly, truly treasured Julie, and they've let me know recently this last week. Messages on Facebook, condolences. I've just been, you have no idea. A few really good friends of mine from Saskatchewan, Canada, where I went to a preparatory boarding school. Not boarding, but yeah, there's lots of day students that were locals. And there's about 60 or 80 guys in the dorm and 60 or 80 girls in the dorm, and made some amazing friendships. So that's been amazing to hear from some of them. Maybe not as many as I'd like, but that's okay. It's been a while, right? 1993 I graduated. So that was way before I met your mother. And But a lot of folks praying for us, which is, again, that's currency for us. It's very special. What else? I come from Toronto, so I've got a lovely sister in Toronto. I have 2 other sisters who've recently tragically passed away. I think in 2017 or 18, 6 months apart from each other, totally different circumstances. And that really upset Julie. She really felt for me, and she was a great rock for me. My dad passed away in 2020, not due to COVID. He just was 83 years old and went to bed. And my stepmother, Anita, sweet woman, she knew right away that my dad had gone. So that was extremely hard to handle. He was definitely my best friend and someone I spoke to every Monday morning at 6 a.m. and Friday morning and talked lots of politics and football. We will not get into politics here.
Mm-mm.
No, way too divisive. We don't want to do that.
This is about Mom.
That's right. Yeah. Go Blue. Yeah, we're definitely a Michigan family. And on Friday, our pastor was hilarious. He kind of called me out on that.
Yeah.
But it wasn't about the team, of course. It was the fact he mentioned that we were there early, because that's how I do things. I'm never on time, because we all know in this world, if you're on time for anything in your life, you're late. That's definitely my.
Yeah.
I live like that. That's the one thing I'm very good at. I'm 20 minutes, an hour early to everything. It's weird. It truly is. But Julie respected that. She was great about that. But so a lot of this is still surreal to us, because how do you, it feels like a business trip. Like, don't worry, Mom will be home in 5 or 10 days or 100 or whatever it takes. And she won't. And that does not feel good at all. I wouldn't wish what I'm going through on anyone, like, at all. It's horrible. But it comes in waves. So you'll be having a good day and all of a sudden it hits you.
Oh, yeah.
Yep. Grayden had a moment, I think, yesterday at the restaurant, and he was so brave that he let me.
No, it was on Friday at the funeral.
Oh.
Yeah.
Was it after that?
After, yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. Dad has no idea what day it is. I mean, I do, but I don't. But that was nice. I got to wrap my arms around you and feel like a dad and do my job, and I was happy to do it. And all he needed was 3-4 minutes to just kind of grieve and get choked up, and I was with him. And it was lovely, and you were cute. It was very sweet. And Mom would have, Julie would have been like, oh, finally, someone's crying for me, because we're a bunch of guys who just don't do that. And I do, but I don't let anyone see it because I'm extremely private, even though I'm very, very okay with others crying. You know, I'm a rock, and that's my job. And I try to do it as well as I can. And I can definitely do it better every day. It's kind of always been my dad complimented me, and he wasn't a big complimenter, but he's like, oh, you're doing so good with those little boys when they're like toddlers. I said, thank you. And he said, no, you're a really good dad. And I'm like, well, I don't know about that. I'm trying. And he goes, that's how I know. That's how I know. He says, you fully accept the fact that you can always do better, and you should. I'm like, thanks. That makes sense. I appreciate that. So that kind of made my day back in the year 2000 something. I don't know. That could have been 2011 or 12. I don't know who pushed the cheesy fast forward button on our lives, but man, this guy was a tiny little guy just literally 6 months ago. No, he's still tiny and little, but in a different way, right? Yeah. What grade are you going into?
7th.
What? You're going into 7th next fall?
Yeah.
Man. So here in Florida, things are kind of odd. I think people have heard that story before, right? Odd state. So middle school here starts, well, it's only 7th and 8th grade. It's kind of very weird. In Michigan, it's 6th, 7th, and 8th grade. So Grayden would have graduated in Michigan last year. Well, so this year he'll graduate at the end of this year, which is like late May. They get out way early.
Oh, yeah.
So that's going to tug at my heartstrings, because Julie really wanted to be there for that. Also, let's tell the folks, Friday,
Yes.
I really wanted Grant and Mom to go to the mother-son dance at his elementary school.
You mean Grayden?
You.
Grant. You said Grant.
Did I say Grant right now?
You said Grant.
I thought I said son. I didn't think I said a name. Did I say Grant?
Said Grant.
So that's my rewind. On Friday night, there was a mother-son dance at Grayden's school. So it was for Grayden and Mom. Did I do that okay? And of course, we weren't sure what condition she'd be in. And of course, she passed away before that. So obviously, he could not go. But his teacher showed up. These aren't just lovely people who say nice things, which we'll take. They showed up. 2 teachers. Amazing women. And his principal showed up. And she's known for 18 months that Mom's sick. And they've taken care of us a couple times with some basic gifts that they're able to. Nothing, just stuff that would made her cry. Just, fantastic stuff. So that support has just impressed upon me huge. So when I saw her at the funeral, shook her hand, and that was absolutely lovely. I was so happy to see some people that and not being here from here, 3 years, to have the people that showed up. It's all about quality. You don't want 300 people to show up and pack the place when really only 90 people wanted to be there. So there's about 90, maybe 120.
Maybe.
So that says a lot for someone who's only been here, like I said, 3 years. So.
Oh, Jesse. Hey, Mike.
Oh, who says that?
Jesse.
At the bottom or at the top?
At
Jesse.
the bottom.
Hey, Jesse. Not sure if I know you. I do know a Jesse in this world. Fantastic young man. But I'm not sure if this Jesse is a lady or a gentleman. But good to see you. I'm not multitasking nearly as well as I should be, like Grayden is. That's why I'm closing my eye because I can't focus. So I do apologize.
Oh, she's great.
Oh, okay. There you go. So the Jesse I know is about 25 years old, gentleman who lives in California, and he's a barista. And he is the son of an amazing pastor that Julie and I absolutely love and adore, who was the pastor that married me and Julie in 2005. So their sons, they got Caleb and Jesse. So I thought that's who you might be, but that's okay. So thanks for getting on board here and listening to us babble. I'm going to take a quick sip of my diet. Can I Diet Mountain Dew? I think I can say it.
Yeah.
Do you have a quick sentence or two you'd like to talk about, Mom, or something fun or cute?
I want to think of a memory.
You want to think of a memory?
Yeah.
Well, I took my drink. So you think, and you tap me. You let me know. Butt in gently. And so Grayden over here is going to work at some memory skills. He's going to think back. And if you all listen closely, you can hear Grayden thinking.
Okay.
So he's going to do that for us, and he'll share with us a nice, lovely story. But getting back to Social Security for the boys, that's huge. That's going to pay the bills. It's going to have to. We did not have a 401k. We did a few years ago, and we spent that. That wouldn't have been a huge amount anyway this time around, but it would have probably taken care of us for a full year. So that would have been nice. I actually had a life policy on my wife for the first time in my life when I was working for Disney Cruise Line. Comment below if that or any cruise is something you would love to do again or for the first time maybe. But anyway, I was working at Disney for a year and a half, and I took a policy out on Julie, and it was a big one, and it came out of my check, like $9 or $11 each week, and got let go because remote was being taken away, and I was not going to commute 70 or 80 miles one way. Not with the car I had at the time, and not with the miles it had, and the mechanical issues it was kind of having. And they knew that. They were well aware of it. In fact, I would jokingly remind them every 2 months, am I good? Is remote going away? Are you going to expect us to come back to Celebration, Florida, right there in Kissimmee, to work? Because I just couldn't do that. I could once a week, but anyway, 1 second. But yeah, so that I lost that role, unfortunately. Didn't burn any bridges. Love Disney. Not the woke version at all. But we still love Disney in spite of some things. And 4 months after I lost that position, my wife got diagnosed with stage 4 colon cancer attached to her aorta, which means you cannot cut and take it away because she'd bleed out. So that's what this is, just so you know, that's the main thing that Julie's been dealing with emotionally, not to mention physically. You gave me a tap. Are you ready?
Yeah.
All right, look at the light and tell the folks your story.
Speaking of when she got diagnosed with cancer and when we first found out, my dad over here came back from Mackinac Island because he was working for like 6 months. Well, maybe more.
Two at the time. I was away from the family, working where I'm from, ironically enough, Michigan. Yeah. So I flew home right quick. Yeah.
And when I was like sleeping, but I heard Grant say dad and stuff. And, like I thought I was dreaming or something because like I was still like half awake.
Oh, see, you're talking about the house.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you like came to say hi, and I was like, I started crying and I hugged you.
So what my boy here is telling me that none of them knew I was flying home on that specific day. They thought I was coming home another week.
Yeah.
So none of them were expecting it that day. It could have been a Monday or Tuesday. So he was saying that Grayden was sleeping in Mom's room taking a nap. I didn't know Grayden was home. So Grayden hadn't gotten up yet as I just walked in, getting ready to surprise the boys.
I heard.
Right. So outside, he heard Grant say, he came in the house, and Grant, our big boy, looked at me and was shocked, went, Dad. And he grabbed me because he's a big boy now, and he gave me a huge hug. So that made me feel like $1 million. Then Grayden came out of the bedroom, and he was like kind of baffled for a second.
No, I think that was Gabe.
Okay.
And then, like, I was like still half asleep because I heard Gabe and stuff.
Right.
Grant.
Well, Gabe, I thought came home later after all of you. That's what I thought.
No, we were all home.
Okay.
But then you came up to the door and like I saw you and I started bawling.
Did you really?
Yeah. Then
I'm having a hard time with that. Yeah, but everyone made me feel like $1 million that Dad was home.
And then we entered the new car you got on Mackinac.
I did for a short time.
Sadly, that is gone
now. Yeah, we turned in the Toyota Tacoma. I'd never had a truck before. Did the responsible thing, and I got rid of it when we found out about a year later. And it was breaking down a little bit, even though it was a pretty solid truck. Never had a truck in my life, and it was a trusty little pickup. It wasn't very old. Talked to our credit union about that, and we're working with them. But to speak to that, now the car we've got is a cute little CX-5 Mazda, and Julie got that when we first got here, and it was only a 2020. But it's all 5 of us is really tight. So the sad news is now that Mom's gone, the car fits us good, not great, but very decent. But I told her just 2 weeks ago, I said, I'm going to turn your car in if I have enough money, i.e. her GoFundMe that she set up for many reasons. We'll get into that later. For this very reason, $5,000, $6,000, $7,000 in Florida doesn't get you a very reliable used car. So our first main goal is to try to replace Mom's car. It's in her name only, so it won't hurt my credit. But it's a good car. So if anyone's in Florida and you want a car with under 50,000 miles and it's cherry apple red 4-door CX-5, let me know. But we owe about $23,000 on it, so it's not even close to being paid off. And we can't, now that I'm not working and we have no income, that's what the GoFundMe that she set up is for. And that's been spent. That was spent on rent and moving from one rental to another, not to mention getting a few other bills paid on time and caught up, to be honest. And so that car, we just paid the bill, me and Julie, like 10 days ago. So we're trying to figure out a way to raise the funds for a $15,000 used 8-year-old van with 100,000 miles or less. And I know that could be tricky to find, but if you got some prayers for us to help us, Lord will provide. Not looking for a fun car or anything like that. We're looking for a good, decent, reliable car that's not going to break down in 6 months.
Yeah.
Air conditioning. We're in Florida. It's like looking for a car with a really good heater in Michigan. So, because you need that for at least 6 months, 6 months. So, but yeah, thank you for that story. I appreciate that. That made me feel really good. When Grant saw me come home early from Mackinac, he was shocked. He was just happy. But Julie was happy to see me. That was awkward. That was cute. A lovely gentleman from our church was at our local little airport and dropped me right off at the hospital. And she'd already been in the hospital for 3-4 days. So it took me a little bit to get here. And even when I got here, she's still in the hospital for another 4 or 5 days. See, Julie thought she had something wrong with her L5, somewhere in the spine, the sciatic area. If any of you know what that means, I don't. She had some same-day surgery back about 6 or 8 months before I met her. And she had this pain that was so severe she could hardly walk. It was brutal. But she was eligible for some sort of, was it laparoscopic, lapendectomy? I don't know. I'm hacking this up. So she had that surgery done, and literally 3 hours later, she had to stay for observation. She felt like it was a miracle. Her back was amazing. She loved it. So when this came back, you okay? Okay. So when she came back to the hospital, she assumed it had something to do with that. So she's like, hey, I was up north. She's like, hey, honey, I'm going to take care of the kids. I'm going to the ER. I said, good for you. Thank you. Go. Please let me know how, later on today, let me know how that went. And she said that they're going to admit her. They want to do testing. I'm like, uh-oh. Then the next day, she said they think it's cancer. They're going to look into it. And so that's when I'm like, okay, I'm coming home. And where I worked was seasonal. They were closing within like 4 or 5 days anyway, but I wasn't going to wait. So when I came to the hospital, I met her doctor in the elevator, and I knew it was her doctor because she told me his name. So when I saw him, I introduced myself. I said, hey, you're my wife's doctor. You're going to be the one that heals her. And he looked at me kind of bewildered and went, excuse me, who are you? And I introduced myself. And he thought that was funny, but he met us in her room. And I flat out looked at him in the eye and I said, what stage does she have and how long does she have? And he goes, well, she's stage 4 and she's got about 3 to 4 years if you're lucky, if she's on chemotherapy full-time for the rest of her life. So Julie's in this bed and she's looking at both of us and she's kind of thinking, and she told me later, hey, no one told me that. I've been here for 4 or 5 days. But Julie's not one to ask those hard, quick questions. I want to know right away what I'm dealing with. I do not cross the bridge when you get to it. I tend to blow it up. I don't know why. I'm just trying to be preemptive and do the best I can for my family. So he said, yeah, we'll get her on some chemo. It is stage 4. It's you're in palliative care, and this is terminal. Wow. So the question was, do we tell the kids right away? Do we wait 6 months, see how things are going? But we went and grabbed the kids and brought them to the hospital gently. And we didn't want anyone at church to kind of know, because we knew the folks would, the adult friends would know. And she was just really keen on the idea of them not finding out the wrong way from chatter, you know what I mean, at church. So they had a rough time. Obviously, they were very scared. They were very confused, a little worried. And Mom calmed them down and said, don't worry. I'm not dying today or next week or next month. I'm still going to be here. I'm still going to go to work. We're still going to go to church together. We're still going to do stuff together. Right? She calmed us down. And she was very good at that. She was great. She was very sweet. Yeah. And this one wears his heart on his sleeve like his dad, right? And so I asked him, are you sure you want to do a video with Dad? Because I might get a little saucy. We might get a little emotional. So, and that's okay. We need this. So, anyway, she and I did the best we could to make sure they felt safe. The world is not going to explode like it feels like it was when we told them this news. So there's lots of occasional in and out of the hospital, wasn't there? Her going there. And I didn't help things out with my blood pressure being 250 over 150, legs swelling up with water and water pills and not working. And I can't even cross my legs, like to sit and relax and watch a show. My legs were just brutal. It was horrible. So got that under control recently. Thank God. I'm on about 9 different pills. And I'm doing much better. And Julie saw that. She did. She noticed a few differences. So yeah, we've just been under a lot, and it's kind of crazy. And that's another reason why we did this channel. So these boys can look back, obviously, when they're 30 or 40, see their mom, see their dad, the good, the bad, the funny, the excruciating. Their beautiful wives can get to know us a little bit. Not the same, of course, but to get an idea. And that's why Julie had a hard time doing these episodes, because she was just always feeling horrible. And there's times where I had to protect her from wanting to do a 5 or 20-minute chat, whether she was anemic or whether she was feeling relatively decent that week. There's times where I had to kind of say, no, not today. Let's wait a few days. We don't have 1 million subscribers that are waiting every single Monday night at 8 p.m., for example. But to respect the few at the time we had, we did want to put out some content to share our story and to find like-minded people that could come alongside and say, hey, we're here for you. We're praying for you. I can relate. My spouse died a year ago. I can relate. I went through this 10 years ago and we were healed, or had a program they went through that really worked. So, and Julie loved that. She loved when I read comments to her, because she just didn't want to bother and she was not feeling well. And I would read some stuff for her. The negative comments has always been a funny thing. My oldest son said, don't be rude. Don't vent. He said, let them be. They're probably hurting. They're probably miserable people. Very insightful young man, Grant. And but they'll also be the one that attracts more subscribers. It's funny how that works, right? Mm-hmm. So trying to be patient with them. Julie would. I would not. That's not my nature. But this is about Julie, not me. A little bit about me and the boys, of course, but we're going to circle back to Julie, because that's what this is all about. And then also I found an amazing YouTube family, Jenny Apple. People have asked me about her and if I know them, and Kyle. Don't know them personally, never talked to them. Hope to. I reached out to him before my lovely wife departed to say I might need a friend, a shoulder, if you're willing. And of course, if you never see this email or whatever it was I did, then I understand that too. So he's given me the courage to come on here and look like a total fool and just talk. My video editing skills, as you can tell, are non-existent, even though I've studied for a better half of 10 years on how to be a YouTuber and how to create intros and outros and use epidemic sound for a nice song here or there with no song infringement. But all of that didn't care. I just saw her slightly declining and said, let's just post 20 minutes here, 30 minutes there. Let's put a thumbnail that might be painful for me to see, but something that people could relate to when they see it. And so we did that, and we've been doing it, and we're going to continue, because Julie said, you got to keep going. These journals are going to get better and better and better. Someone's going to graduate high school. Let's get that on there. Someone might get their first used car in really bad condition, because we can't afford a car for our boys at all. We can't even afford like I said, a van for us now. So whatever's coming up, that's what we want to prepare for and document it. First and foremost for our kids and for their spouses and for their kids. And if these guys are having a bad day and they want to just click on their YouTube, they can see mom and see her smile. And we didn't have nearly enough with her, not nearly enough with my wife. But there's a couple where I'm a bit of an idiot, and she looks at me And it wasn't until later I looked at it, and she looks at me with this cute eyes, and she's smiling, and she's not judging me. She's kind of it's really cute. It's very sweet, and I have that too. So it's been surreal this last 12 days, and it's been heavy, and it's going to continue to be. So I jumped on here to get out of my own self, my own brain, and kind of realize there's other people hurting. Feel free in the comments. Try not to do 10, 20 sentences, but if you've got a few sentences just to share your pain or something you've been through, we can also leave a comment or a heart if I get to it. And raise you up in prayer and hope better things come for you as well, no matter where you are in the world. So we got 20 viewers. It's been up and down. I don't think we're going to get to our 30 or 40 like we were hoping, which is fine. We get that. But why is that? Why is this up here? You don't know? There it goes. It's gone. Good. So are you feeling a bit better? Are you okay? Yeah?
But do you want us to tell them right now, or should we wait more?
Tell them right now, or should we wait? Well, I wish there's more people watching.
2 people left.
Yeah, they've been coming and going. Dad's neck. Oh. Yours too? I saw that. That's cute.
But if you wait, we got a little announcement.
If you wait, got to speak up.
If you wait, we got a little announcement.
Yeah.
It's not big, though.
Well, to us it is.
To us.
And that's okay. So, yeah, we're just reading here. Oh, Jesse's got your back. Jesse, you're a sweetheart. Jesse's, it's okay to cry, buddy. What do you say? Thank you.
Thanks.
That's very nice. Yeah. So it's interesting raising 3 boys. Julie was a super snuggler. She liked to kiss them up like any good mom would, and she liked to dress them up with their cute little tiny little pants and their little sweaters. And one thing Mom was not good at was cleaning up puke or poo-poos, pardon my French. I was not trained, nor did I like it, but I could definitely handle that stuff. So those are the things Julie really, really made me feel like $1,000,000, because she's like, I am so sorry. I am the worst. I'm like, you're not the worst at all. So we'd have those kind of chats, So that's when they're little. I remember when I took you to get pokes for your immunization. I cried more than they did. It was horrible. Hold your baby. Hold his thigh still. And they poke him, and then they scream for maybe 5 seconds, 10 tops.
No, I don't think I screamed.
Well, you mostly did, but
I remember getting like 3 treats, then sharing them with my brothers. You
have no idea what you're talking about. I was there, so we're not going to argue this. I love how they chip in with some thoughts on how they really thought they were pretty impressive when they were 2, right? Or what months did they get him? 18 months? He had no clue. So.
Oh, wait, you're talking about as a baby?
Well, into toddler years.
Well, I remember like when I was like 6 or 5 maybe. Or 7.
For school. That one you're pretty, I reminded you to buck up. You're getting a sucker. Let's see if. And I also told you to cry. That's okay. And then I joked how I'll probably cry more than you, which made you laugh, because I'm a funny guy. So don't say cap. But so those pokes were horrible. But Blackjack, he looks just like Miss Julie, his mom. Fun fact, you are absolutely correct. And the other ones look a lot like me. However, if you got to know this little guy.
People say that I look more like
Mom?
My mom's dad.
Right. But you're a twin of me in terms of how you behave and think. And
yeah,
he's a strong, funny, but sensitive guy. And so I love that when people say that. Having these 3 boys has been honestly the greatest joy of my life. Like, again, any decent parent would say, right? So I hate cliches. But that's true. And I've got them to lean on. I don't think parents should over lean on kids. I know, because I was raised in that environment and it's devastating. But these guys are just good-hearted guys. And they they say lots of funny stuff in the car that just cracks me up, like just gets me going. And to be honest, we'd kind of tease mom a little bit because she wouldn't get anything we were all talking about. And she'd be like, you guys stop it, you're too. And so she'd sound like an old lady, and we'd joke about that sometimes, not a lot, but we'd just roar in the laughter. And sometimes she would too. She'd join in, but a lot of times she just didn't quite get it. And I have to explain it later on. I'm like, oh, they're talking about this and that. And then she might laugh. Then she'd be like, okay, yeah, that's cute. That's funny.
Dad, remember Chipotle?
Chipotle is a decent. Well, I don't like Mexican food at all. Spanish food, Mexican food.
Mom said Chipotle or something.
Yeah, she said Chipotle, and our boys like to disagree with the pronunciation of that chain restaurant, Chipotle, whatever. So Julie would be like, "Oh my gosh, I miss my." What did she say? What version was she?
She just kept saying it over and over again, like Chipotle.
Chipotle, yeah. She'd be like, Chipotle is my favorite. And we're all like, no, that's not how you say it. And what? Chipotle is great, fresh food. And we're like, you're saying it wrong.
And I think she also mispronounced Death Star.
Maybe no.
Yeah, I think.
No. That's hers. She'd live in the Death Star because she was deaf in one ear. That was funny too, because she'd be like, what? I'm like, you're 40 years old or 49. Like, why are you having a hard time hearing us?
But somehow she can hear my TV from like 5 feet. Wait, no, maybe more. Like from another room.
Because that's the one good ear.
Turn it down, and then like when I try speaking to her, she's like, "Say that again."
Yeah. Someone said, "Is that Whisper though? Great job with memory, Grayden. Praying for you. I know your mom is so proud of you all." See?
Also, Dad, there's more comments,
There is a lot more comments.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you want to read those?
Sure. Sharing and caring with Miss
Chewy.
He will provide. Amen to that. Capital H. I agree. Prayers for you and your precious children. Thank you very much. I appreciate you. When people love on my wife, you're loving me. You might not mean to.
Yeah.
When you love all my kids, you're really loving me. So I love that.
Dad always says like that he's my mom's number one supporter, like fan or
cheerleader.
Yeah.
If you do my wife wrong, you're in trouble because I'm coming for you, and it's not going to be good for you. But that's funny. Let's see.
Jesse commented again. It's hard to lose someone you love.
Oh. My prayers and thoughts are with you all RS. Brian wrote again and said, those videos are the last moments. They will be cherished forever, I'm sure. Hope so.
You're skipping so many
comments. I? Well, I'm not doing an order.
Miss Chewy said, bless his heart, Lord. Blackjack said, he looks just like Miss Julie, his mom.
Let's go down to the bottom. I'm Rosemary S. I'm very sorry for your loss. Sending love to you all. By the way, your son is very handsome. Wow. Smart tool. Smart too, not tool. Thank you very much. I think he's adorable. I think he's super cute. And I love this one. And guess what? The other two are even cuter. I'm joking. That's horrible. I would never say that. You're all very handsome young guys. The other two are taller than Dad now. Gee. Not that Dad's tall, because I'm not. I'm maybe 5'10" on a good day. And I think
5'11", almost.
I think he's 5'11" and a half. Gabe's 5'10" and a half. Gabe's got me for sure by a little bit. They've just shot up. And I think you'll get there. I really do. It might take you a bit longer, but all in good time, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, the Friday funeral service was fantastic. I went up and spoke. Didn't think I was going to. I was him and Han. Did not take up my notes. I just went up there. And I think I even said in front of the crowd something to the effect of, I'm a big college football guy. Love college football. Madly in love with it since like 1986, 88.
You said like go blue or something?
Well, I said, if I can cheer as loud as I can, and I do for Michigan when they score a touchdown or get that big, beautiful victory, or when they bring home a national championship, if I can be as passionate as I am for them, who are you not to get off your butt and go up there and brag on your wife for 5 minutes? So I took a deep breath and I went up and I said some words for my girl.
Miss Chewy.
Mm-hmm.
My husband is a colon cancer survivor, and yes, Grayden, you are a very handsome young man. I'm very
sorry
you have to be so
strong
being
so young. Your mom is very proud of you. And Julie would tell you, she'd squeeze him around and say, I am. She'd give him a big kiss and she'd smile with her big blue eyes. So yeah, I bragged on my wife. And at the end of it, I said, what really is upsetting is I can't go on for another 2 or 4 hours because we only have the church for so long. And no one wants to hear someone blab that much anyway. They just don't. Sounds cute. Sounds romantic, but I could have gone on. For as long as my legs would have let me, I could have gone on and shared some stories and had some really lovely things to say. And that's, again, what this is for. You know what? I could come up with a goodbye loving speech 2.0, like a second one, just for this.
New comment.
Oh, Rosemary. New comment. Rosemary S. I love college football. 2, I cheer for North Dakota State Bison, Fargo, North Dakota. And yes, all your sons are so good. So I went to high school. Who is this, Rosemary? Mm-hmm. Hi, Rosemary. You might be the only lady who knows where Regina, Saskatchewan is. And it's not Regina. Sorry, Americans. It's Regina, and it's Saskatchewan. And Ryan Reynolds, Deadpool loves Regina, Saskatchewan. When I heard him say that in the theater, I jumped because that's kind of where I'm from. That's where I went to high school.
Also, Cole, we're planning on doing it.
Huh?
Cole said, please keep the channel going.
Oh, well, Thank you, Cole. I appreciate that because that's really important to us because when you talk like this, you feel like you're talking to nobody, obviously, right? Mm-hmm. But anyway, Regina, I'm not sure how far it is, but I had some friends that went to NDSU for football camp. Well, I went to the football camp in Ann Arbor, Michigan. But good people out there. Would love to go up and visit. Haven't been there for any of my reunions. Haven't been able to. I was either working, couldn't afford to take the time off. And as you might know, Saskatchewan, like North Dakota, isn't the easiest place to get to. They tend to charge you more, cheaper if you fly over it, to Seattle or to Vancouver, BC, of course. Yeah, I worked in Banff, Canada, just about 45 minutes west of Calgary, many moons before I knew Julie. And she loved my stories. I love hospitality. I love the mountains. Oh, my goodness. Could go on for hours about that as well. But North Dakota and South Dakota, I believe, is the Jackrabbits. And I believe there's a good rivalry there. I've seen some of their games. Fantastic football. So I'm glad you gave a shout out, and I'm really glad to hear your husband is a colon cancer survivor. So that's awesome. That's such a beautiful story. So colon cancer is such a hidden disease because you're not going to know unless you have your colon checked. And who does that? No one, ever. Like really no one does. So for years it's 55 or older. And then just when Julie got diagnosed, there's a rash of it. If you look, there's like a lot of people dying. It's really creepy. Don't know if it's the plastic in our lives or if it's like the Freon from all our air conditioning or what's going on. I have no idea. And of course, neither does the medical professionals. But they lowered it to 45 to get checked. And now these young guys might have markers because it is hereditary to some degree. So they're going to get them checked. Medical staff said 30. We're going to probably have them get checked at 25. 20 is a bit too young. They're not done growing.
Okay.
Huh?
I guess.
Yeah. Just to be sure, if you catch it and you have it, you're in a much better situation, as bad as that sounds. It's true.
Yeah.
So, anyway, let's see what else is going on here. I think we're going to log off pretty soon. Looks like we're losing our viewership, which we understand. We know we're not the most captivating duo in the YouTube universe.
Oh.
Let's see what else we got here.
Carol said, "I hope I have to bed soon. I hope you get to your surprise."
Oh, I'm sorry. Our surprise. Yes, thank you, Carol, for keeping us on track. Okay.
Oh yes.
And look what Jesse wrote. That was very sweet. I would love to listen to you talk, Mike. Thank you. That's how I dated my wife. We met online and we talked for about 100 days in a row for hours. And then we met.
I think we should say it now because I don't want Carol to leave before.
That's right. So, okay.
Carol, if you're still here.
Hold on.
Yeah.
Slow down. We can. Little anticipation. They're not going anywhere.
Well, except for.
So a lady at our church named Mary. Hi, Mary. Sometimes she's got some health issues, so she can't make church. But when she saw that Julie had a bucket list or two, we reached out to some people and just let that be known. We didn't ask for anything. And she messengered us Facebook style. And she asked me, "Hey, what are you looking at doing and how much does it cost? And let me know." So I was thinking, great, this is amazing. Maybe she might, chip in. So we're local to cruises. And Julie hadn't had a true vacation in 10 years, which is horrible. So Royal Caribbean is who we like, and we can't afford Disney for sure, as much as we'd love to do a Disney cruise. And I wasn't working for them at that point right now, obviously, so I couldn't get those amazing deals that I could have in the past. And I told her the actual cruise date, the name of the ship, and the 8-night duration, not 5 or 4. It was 8, so it was a lot. Didn't want them to go to school that long, but it's Mom's bucket list. And the port, the terminal for departure, Port Canaveral, 45 minutes away. That's unique. I don't want to drive to Miami with one eye or Tampa. They're not far. They're only 2-3 hours, but that's what we wanted. And the lady's like, "Oh, well, let me see if I can help." And she asked how much, and I told her it's very private. And she's like, "Oh, yeah, no, I can take care of that tomorrow." I'm like, "Wonderful. How much would you like to chip in?" She's like, "No, I can do the whole thing. That's not that bad at all." Me and Julie I still am dumbfounded. We didn't have anything for that. And so we're wondering, I hope she means well. I hope this lady can really do what she says because we're getting hopes up. She did. She came through. So again, thank you, Miss Mary. We love you. And you know that. And I'll be bragging on her a lot later, but it's this month. So Julie was we thought she'd for sure be on this. This has been planned since late January when Julie was in much decent shape. So she only went south real recently, like the 20th, maybe the 24th, somewhere in there. She did take a bit. It was horrible. And I was, living on adrenaline, probably still am. But so we're going on a family cruise with Royal Caribbean, and the boys want to go. I wanted to push it till the fall. I did not want to go. I thought it was tacky. I thought it was bad form, just not emotionally ready. But when I mentioned it, their faces looked a little devastated for 5 seconds. Like, "Please, we want to go." And right away, I saw Julie saying, "Don't you dare move this cruise. Don't you dare touch this. Don't touch it at all. Just go, have the best time you can, enjoy each other, let them get back into school and get ready for exams. And then you got the summer." So that's our big news. That's our big reveal for the day. I apologize. Took so long to get to it. That's why YouTube says have bullet points. You don't have to have a script. You don't want to be fake, and we haven't. We don't know how to be fake. But next time I think we'll have bullet points, and Mike needs to just kind of stick to the script, or not the script, the bullet points.
Yeah.
So we're not like squirrel and looking all over the place and being amateurs. So, all right, I'm going to read over these real quick, gently, just because there's more comments, and then we'll let y'all go. I know 10 of you are still hanging on. I have to hope. It's probably, I mentioned that. Carol, let us know if you saw that. Brian, my dad had colon cancer, and his doctor told my siblings and I to do colonoscopies. And you're only in your 40s. Yep, very wise. Jesse's letting us know she's still here. She's got our back. She's just listening to us talk. Listen, Jesse, if I was going to start a podcast, I could talk all day. And my wife would have been the number one listener because she says, you've got a great radio voice. I disagreed 100%. I'm like, thank you for flattering me. But I know several gentlemen who have infinitely more deeper, beautiful voices. But thank you for saying that. And where else am I? Jesse, yeah. Cole RS. It's okay. Please make sure to get your health in order. Yep. We all should help them grow their channel. I agree. Share, subscribe. You guys seem so genuine, and it'll be good for the boys. It'll be great for the boys. Are you kidding? And I love it when they tease me because I can handle it. Mom sometimes could, sometimes she could not. When they make me laugh, when they rip on me and I'm cracking up, it's because I'm really genuine, like, wow, that was a good one. But cover your ears because I tease them too. And they start chuckling, and they know they've gotten it from me. So old man here can hold his own. Trust me. Generation represent. What is that? The boomers? That Grant calls me a boomer.
Oh, yes.
Boomer are people who were born in the 40s like my mom and dad. It's not nice.
Carol?
Yeah, Brian, the schools here in Florida just turned over a new rule or law like a year or two ago where now there's no truancy numbers. I heard rumors about that. I thought that was a lie. I think in Michigan it's like 14 unexcused. They start looking into you, and they're concerned, and they should be. Not big fan of, what do you call it? How do I say this? Government overreach. I'm a very, very stout believer in freedom. I might not like something you all do, but guess what? It's none of my business. So, let's all just please not hurt people, right? And it's your own freedom. It's your own right. So I fully agree with that. Yes, that is very awesome. We're going on a cruise. I'm going to be in tears thinking about it. I get choked up because when she would have walked on, she would have been crying. So the fact that she's making me enjoy that because she knows I would. Thank you, Carol. Yay, you found out what we're up to. So love the blue heart. You can jump off. We love you. We know we'll bump into you soon. And if we ever make it back up to the great state of Michigan, we'll let you guys know ahead of time too, for sure. Absolutely. And I'm not sure about the data, of course, because the ships have data now the last 10 years or so, but it's so expensive. So if I can do a one-day package, that'd be nice. Because wouldn't it be cool for you and me to do a little one of these, like a live on the cruise? That'd be so cool.
Oh, yeah.
If we could afford it, if we can make that happen. I might have to wait till we get back, of course, which is fine.
But we could do clips like from the photo app, like videos.
And post them later.
Yeah.
Yeah, like 5 minute, 2 minute. Yeah, like shorts.
Yeah.
Like 1.5 minute. Yeah.
Maybe make a slideshow. I don't know.
Yeah. I'm not good with shorts because I don't think I've ever talked for less than an hour. Could you imagine me doing shorts? Hi, my name is Mike. You got a minute. So, all right. I think we're going to end this. The big boys are probably wondering, what are they blabbing about?
Also, Brian teaches
second grade. I saw that. Yeah.
Thank you, Jesse.
Yes, thank you, Jesse, for your love. We feel it. We do. We absolutely do. And I might even share with you guys because Julie wouldn't care. Julie would think it's kind of sweet. Julie, I think I'm going to put together the playlist I made for the funeral because a third of it is Julie's favorites. Those were untouchables. So we did that, of course. And then over the last 6 weeks, I've kind of said, hey, what about this? What about that? And she was blown away. She cried. She's like, that is so sweet. That's another good one. And I think I got relatively awesome taste in music, and I probably don't. But Julie loved it. We both loved the 70s and 80s, knew it a lot, very well, plus a lot of contemporary Christian praise and worship type stuff that gives us great comfort. Fernando Ortega, he's a little quiet for the boys. He's a bit old school. Love me some Fernando Ortega. Listen to him all day.
I don't think he's that bad.
Huh?
I don't think he's that bad.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, thank you. And Enya, not religious at all. In fact, she's more new age, and we're not new age at all. But I've loved Enya since Far and Away with Tom Cruise and Nicole Kidman. So she's my go-to daily. Ask the boys.
Hello, Gary.
Who's this?
Carol said that.
Oh, Gary. Yeah, hi, Gary. Awesome. He says hi also. That's so cool.
Right,
love this.
She's going to bed.
Yep. Right. Oh, it is late. Holy smokes. Gee whiz. What's tomorrow, Monday? Hey, you gotta. Why are you up so late?
Oh,
what are you doing?
You invited me on this.
Don't blame it on Dad.
Okay.
This is on you. I'm joking. I'm obviously joking. I did ask him to come out here and chat with me. So this week, you got anything assignments due? Any tests?
I have a test.
When?
Monday. Because I had
tomorrow?
Yeah.
You're telling me this at 10:45 p.m.? You got a test tomorrow?
Oh, I forgot because it was supposed to be
I forgot
Thursday.
every single night before my test due. How does that happen?
Because you got
it's a
us
miracle.
out of school on Thursday, and I didn't.
I did. Test on Thursday. Yeah, Dad had the feelings. I think that's what the kids call it, right? Dad didn't want to be alone, so I'm like, I'm pulling you out. I'm pulling you out. I'm pulling you out. You're staying home with Dad. Clean up, get stuff done. Pretending I'm doing awesome all by myself.
JoJo's World.
I'm a mess, like hot mess.
JoJo's World News says hi.
Hey, Flynn. How'd you know that's what people used to call me growing up? Yo, Flynn. What's up?
Big up, everyone.
Big up, everyone. I'm going to pretend to know what that means. Huge ups to you, you know. We used to say, well, we didn't. I did just recently in the last 5 years. I'd be, hey, bless up. I tell people, bless up. It's like some really cheesy Christian kind of way of sounding dope, mad, cool. And I love saying stuff like that because it creeps them out so bad. And they're like, Dad, don't say that ever again. Please stop trying to be funny. And I know how I sound. It sounds really bad. But I love it because I know how I felt when I was their age. So that's good.
Smiley face.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. All right. So I got to be more consistent with this YouTube thing. We're almost at 1,000 people, so let's get there. We're like, what, 20 or 40 people away from 1,000? And Julie's like, I want you to get one of those YouTube badges, those silver. I said, honey, that's 100,000 subscribers.
Yeah.
That's not going to happen. If it does, great, let's do it. But absolutely, I told her I'd be happy if we had like 10 or 20,000 passionate, sincere people. That'd be amazing. Could you, I can't imagine that. And I'm saying it now on our first live. There's no way. So 1 would be huge. I think it's very doable. 5 would be shocking. 5,000, okay. And then anything over 10, I'd be like, all right, get out of here. These people are stinking amazing people. It shows you that chivalry's not dead. People are genuine. People have heart. People have love to share. And we want to encourage that. We want to foster it. There you go. That's a good term there. Foster the love, foster. Anyway, so I'm on YouTube all the time just watching. I love to support Trout and Coffee. Sounds so weird when you first hear it. Young guy, 30 years old, likes to brag about his lovely home in the hills of Massachusetts on the West End. And I just love his romantic take on his world and his life and his friends. I look forward to it every single Sunday after church, like around 2 p.m., 4 p.m. I love it. And I highly doubt he'll ever see this. But if he does, Kyle, love you. And I love what you do. And I love your heart. I really do. It's pure and it's beautiful. And you're a talented creator. You've got beautiful B-roll footage. You got amazing drone footage. He's got fantastic music. He's got his own line of coffee that he creates. So I'm going to brag on him. Obviously not sponsored one bit, but he's just that good. And love that guy through and through. Julie liked it, but she didn't have much patience for YouTube. She just wasn't into it. She was more into watching reruns of Friends and that kind of stuff. And I would join her. We did that a lot.
Spectrum.
Yeah, Spectrum app. Yeah. And she loved a lot of shows she liked that I did not. But I love YouTube to help me kind of find a way to fix whatever's going wrong with my house, and all that handy stuff. So, yeah, hopefully algorithms will not change every 18 months or whatever it is they do. Hopefully we can get on board and just grow the channel organically, genuinely. And, yeah, so, all right. Well, it's time for us to go and get this little one in bed and his brothers. And then I got some stuff to do tonight. Just to let you know, I will be going through. We haven't fully moved into our house. We've moved in half. We have boxes in this dining room. I have at least 20, 30 boxes in my bedroom I have not gone through. I'm not touching Julie's clothes. I'm not doing the shrine thing. I'm not, but I'm leaving her stuff alone right now. And yeah, so I'll be up for a while doing some stuff like that. So thank you so much. Spread the word. Tell someone at school or at college or work, say, hey, check out this guy and his kid. They're kind of silly. They're kind of funny. They're going through something, they're going through the loss of a partner, a lover, a wife, and a very sweet mother. And it's how they bond together and how we show our love and appreciation to the world around us. And I think this could really be a fun, cathartic thing for us to do and just put all ourselves into it. So thanks again for showing up, all 10 of you, all 20 of you. I know we have pretty awesome subscribers, but I thought we'd get like 110 or I don't know what I was thinking, but what's up?
Miss Chewy says, please consider my offer.
What's that?
Maybe scroll up.
Oh, good night. Scroll up.
Yeah, maybe.
Don't mind us. We're just trying to get caught up on some chat. So I'm going to pretend to know what I'm talking about right now. No, I don't see that. I'm going to say sharing and caring with Miss Chewy. Yeah. Please consider my offer. Well, thank you for that. We're not sure what that's entailing or what that's in regards to. If you could do a quick post to freshen our memories, or if you want an email address, Julie would be happy with us sharing uniquelyflynn at Gmail. Uniquely is spelled UNIQUELY.
Are you sure we're supposed to be saying this?
Yep. Uniquelyflynn, FLYNN at Gmail. It's perfectly safe. And that's what I helped build this channel off of with Mom.
Actually, she might have texted you on Facebook.
Messenger? Well, we're not friends, so that's...
Well, I know, but she can just look you up and text you.
It's not texting, it's messaging. Oh. Those are different. And I gave my email for a reason.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah, thank you.
Well, she might have left already.
Yeah, that's fine. Not a problem. So we'll scroll up and see. But love you guys. We appreciate you for being on here, right?
Mm-hmm.
You good?
Yeah.
I'm good. All right. Love you folks. And
good night.
Yeah, I know Julie can't hear me because we don't believe they can. They might, but we're not really too into that. So
Wait.
Uh-oh.
I would love for you both to share your story. I'd love to connect
on Facebook. Okay.
So
awesome. Miss Sherry, get in touch with us on my Facebook. I guess you could message me tonight, Mike Flynn. What's my profile picture? My profile picture probably has my wife. So that's how you should get it, because apparently there's a lot of Mike Flynn's. What do I have on my yeah, real quick. Just gonna check what my
not sure anything personal.
No, I just want to know what my I wouldn't see myself on my own, would I? Duh.
Oh, you might.
There it is.
All right. It's
so
him and Mom.
Yeah, it's a picture of me and my wife getting married.
In suits.
And she looks gorgeous. Mm-hmm. And I'm just a big fella. And she's got her arms wrapped around me.
But
so you'll see it. And write to me and let me know your heart, and we'll try to figure something out. And if we can't help, then we can't. But if we can, I'll also share, I think, in the next few videos what I'm hoping to do with my future. I need the next 12 months to heal and get my health back. But there's something I'm hoping to do. And I think some of you will be intrigued.
I think I know.
I haven't told you yet, but you can guess.
Oh, you haven't told me?
No.
Oh, I thought.
Nope, not at all. No, that's something else. That's just a daydream. That's just we can share that later, but no, that's just a daydream, and that's not income really.
Yeah, true.
So anyway, okay. Well, love to all of you. I'm not kidding. Please be safe wherever you're at, wherever you're from. Don't be in a hurry to get to work or school. Just get there. But get there in one piece. Get yourself checked for colon cancer. Hug someone and kiss someone and squeeze someone that you sometimes take for granted. I did that to her all the time, before and after the cancer diagnosis, because I'm very tangible. But and she loved that about me. She really complimented me for things like that, and getting her flowers for absolutely no reason. Once every 3 or 4 months, just stuff like that. When I could, I did. And then she would just glow. She'd be busting at the seams. And again, when I can make my wife that happy, that makes me feel like $1 million. So, all righty. Where is the end stream?
Mm-hmm.
Hold on. There's edit.
Please do share.
We will share soon enough. But like I said, I got to get to this little one to bed.
Yeah.
So
late.
We have a love and appreciation for all of you. We really do. And for those that want to send bad comments, because you know who you are, go ahead. Like our mothers taught us, if you have nothing to say, zip your lip, right? Just don't. But I'm trying to learn patience and mercy in those folks as well, because you need to be loved. And maybe you haven't been. Maybe you're just a curmudgeon. And so I want to share a positive attitude, and maybe that'll help me grow as an individual, to be honest. So, all right.
Good night.
Go Blue. Love you. Take care. And we will talk very soon.
And God bless.
Yes. Oh, nice. Love his heart. Man. Love that. Okay. All right. Bye.